Hey, hey, it is Monday, the 18th of September. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? This is absolutely phenomenal. So, yeah, this was my last purchase right here at 38.89. Less than a week ago. And it has, I guess that's about the 5 day mark. Anyway, it broke out of the upper trend line. I cannot believe it. I even put this one in here, this channel that I said, hey, it's coming up into this channel again. So I was thinking it was going to go like that, but it rocketed up through it overnight. What is going on with the elephant? I mean, the whole market as far as crypto's up 1112. So Bitcoin's up 2.2, 2.08, and BNB is up. So that's always a good thing. A couple of, like yesterday or the day before, I noticed everything was red except Elephant and BNB. So I don't know if Elephant's keeping BNB in the green sometimes and vice versa, because man, this is crazy. Okay, and on my phone, on this same trading view, it has a 5 day. Here's a 5 day. Let's see, because on my phone it just tells me the percentage for a 5 day. It's on here somewhere. But on my phone it says the 5 day is 13.5%. So for 5 days, since the last I purchased it, right about there, it's gone up 13%. 13 and a half. That is 2.7% a day. Okay, where are you going to find that and have such stability? Not very many places, let me tell you. Wow, that is incredible. All right, enough of that. Good grief. Oh, so the 5 minute. So this is the upper trend line, and it's just gone above and beyond. Big shoots. Boom, boom. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm going to, like I said, I'm done buying elephant. I'm just going to let that 100,000 just grow 2.7% a day. I was making my calculator at 1%, and actually I lowballed it to 0.8% like it was doing for a year. And now it's, I don't know if it's getting into that institutional purchases or what, but it's definitely getting out there. There's quite a few purchases on, when I'm scanning through Elephant, there's all kinds of green dots all over the place that show purchases of Elephant. So I'm loving how it's getting out there. Each one teach one, and the word is going out exponentially apparently, because there's still just tons of money coming in and pushing that price up along with supply shock. Amazing. Anyway, we'll go all the way down to the bottom. So let's look at our account here. Bertha, I'm still at 292, 365. So some couple million came in, probably from Elephant. But we're gonna do a futures compound, almost 1,600 there. We got $80, so we are going to compound that right now. Your future, we're going to allow let's just do 200. Next, approve. There it goes. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to deposit 200 BUSD. You got to hit deposit for it to work. All right. Now that should go with 280 in there. Confirm. There it goes. 1.874. Awesome. And that bumped to 260 claimed. Excellent. On my NFTs, we are at 4 staked, 18 million claimable. What I'm gonna do is there's like 3 messages from BT that I'll end with on this and put it at the end, just to hype people up, saying the same old fun stuff about everything is going awesome. Everything is awesome. Okay, let us close on that note. Whoa, boom. I love how these drops here just have a big old green candle after every one of them. And then they just keep going up. So we'll see that keep going up. See you guys.
Hey, folks. So as we are seeing, things are playing out very much like they did in the past. Um, I suspect this weekend and next week to be pretty exciting. Remember to stay focused. Each one teach one. Um, and in many cases, for a lot of community contributors and leaders, we're all volunteers here. Um, each one teach many. But yeah, each one teach one, keep it simple, stupid. Okay. And because everyone here, everyone heard can touch at least one person. So that's why we keep the motto each one teach one. Don't water down the brand. Um, we're the herd, and that's how we roll. All it takes is every one of us just bringing one more on. We double our holders, and then we just do it again. That's called geometric progression. That's called geometric growth. Um, it's very important that we maintain our culture. Another thing, um, don't bash other protocols. Many of us are in anything that's earning money. So please don't bash other protocols. It's really tough out there. Um, we have to be thankful that uh, we've put the time in and uh, we figured things out. But every person who's an existing member of the broader crypto and DeFi community, that's a potential member of the herd, and they're looking for solutions just like you were before you found out about this community. And this community has been through its share of ups and downs, and that's one of the things that's made us resilient. One of the reasons why we're doing what we're doing, but we need everyone on deck. Everyone should own a little bit, or maybe even a lot of elephant. And I also still believe that having a diversified portfolio makes a lot of sense during these trying times. Though, you know, we want people to know that we're a welcoming community. We're thoughtful, and we understand the struggle. It's the biggest problem right now is even being able to bridge your money over from the fiat world. There are forces out there, trying to even there, when there's so many rug pulls and so many things that just don't work. I mean, can you really blame folks from just and people are diving in head first, not knowing what's going on. They're chasing meme tokens and stuff. Is it a bad idea to kind of put the brakes on how much money they can throw into DeFi? Really, you know, I would almost argue, for someone that doesn't have a seasoned account, someone just opens up an account at Coinbase and they're trying to throw, and they just deposit and wire $40,000 into a brand new account, and then they immediately want to, send it to a self custody wallet. You know, the folks at Coinbase are experienced operators with 100 million global users. Uh, for them to put the brakes on, so that you only can get X amount of dollars out. Yeah, they're protecting they're protecting themselves, one, and they are potentially protecting the users, or maybe they're protecting the users by protecting them. It's a little bit of a mutual thing. It's like, they're going to get slapped by regulators if they just facilitated people aping into a huge scam. And those things have happened. OneCoin happened. Other things have happened. Things are always happening. So that's just the environment that we have to exist in. We have to be a beacon, and we have to do better than, and we have to continue to do better and do things differently as well. There are services, for that we're looking into, partnerships that we're looking into to help facilitate folks acquire elephant safely and securely, without having to navigate the minefield that is bridging and so forth. We're working on those things. We're going to try to make onboarding easier for Elephant Beat, because, as we climb up the ranks and as we gain more and more visibility in mainstream, there's going to be the appetite to onboard, and that's going to be the place where folks can easily mess up. So, and be misdirected and so forth. So we're going to take care of that and go forward from there. So this is just a quick update. Many thanks to BlackBerry Guy for the Friday Elephant Treasury update. As you can see, this day marks entry into. It's just a taste of what the new normal can look like. Let's keep up the good work, and I'm pretty sure that all-time highs are on their way. But it all comes from community involvement. It all comes from each one teach one, and helping the folks you're onboarding make it into the herd safe and sound and securely. So, focus on operational security, focus on, people should, when you're helping people get on board, use smaller deposits to go through the whole process and to grease the wheels of whatever strategy you do use to onboard, and then scale up your deposits and scale up the going through that whatever systems you're using. Like I said before, in the next couple of days, we'll probably work with some of our OGs to put together a streamlined video for a couple of alternatives we think work really well for onboarding. especially when you're talking about larger dollar amounts. So that's all for now. Let's enjoy the weekend and let's keep getting the word out. This Telegram, for example, is a great place for information, but this is kind of the watering hole. Um, you want to, if you're really trying to help the herd, um, you know, share those charts. Share your personal progress. You don't have to share your like absolute principal amounts, but like say, hey, I'm up X percent. I've been in X amount of months. Um, you know, um, yeah, just there are ways to share the wealth without necessarily overexposing yourself, so to speak, to family and friends. Okay, but let's get it. Each one teach one, and have a good one. Whether you have a trilly bag and above, or you're just starting out with elephant money, we're still looking at basically $20 Bitcoin, no matter how you slice it, for an asset that has outperformed Bitcoin for the past 2 years. So DCA and each one teach one. No one has enough, which is one of the reasons why I invented the NFTs, New York real estate. It's a great way for people to make a calculated, low cost investment that outperforms New York real estate. Let's get it. So, this isn't talked about enough, but the cool thing about going into the hockey stick part of the parabola is that um, it also benefits anyone who's getting in now in DCAing because the multiples that you can earn on your deposits actually increase, right? Because for the same amount of capital, the same amount of volume that we collectively drive into the LPs, we get more price appreciation. And it's kind of counterintuitive because so if you wanted to get the same amount of tokens, um, it would obviously cost more. But for the same amount of capital investment in the form of BNB or BUSD, you're going to get more a price appreciation after you do that buy. It's going to cause more price appreciation. So effectively, what's going on, and in the way that the constant product formula works in uh, the pricing algorithm for the liquidity pools, basically what's going on, the way it feels is that the price sensitivity increases. Basically, it's like slippage. It's like default slippage increasing, right? So that's really what it comes down to is that the less elephant that's in those pools, the more sensitive, the more the LP wants to hold on to the last bit, and it will do so infinitely, right? Tighter and tighter, so the price will get higher and higher. So for the same amount of constant volume, we're going to get pretty crazy appreciation. Now, what we're also doing is building, as we're building liquidity as well. So we're not just we're always building liquidity, and actually in the 0.3% transaction fees, we're actually building liquidity. So liquidity is always being built
Um, but what does this mean for people who are, DCAing? Everyone should be DCAing, by the way, because it's still early. You always want to look at that supply adjusted price. So, $20 plus uh, Bitcoin supply adjusted price. That's still very, very early days, right? $20 Bitcoin. So if you have capital, if you have other sources of cash flow, do your own research. But obviously, you know, just follow the Michael Saylor strategy. He's still buying, 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 buying right now, especially in a bear market. Things are only going to appreciate more in a bull market. We're going to get crazy amounts of lift from BNB when it does recover. And if it doesn't recover, we're just going to squeeze it even faster to get down to single digit elephant in the WBNB pool. So either way, we win. So the main point of this is now more than ever, if you have friends around you who haven't gotten in, you might want to figure out how to, best quickly get them in because there will be questions, when we break through to the mainstream and then they're like, well, why didn't you tell me about this? And you got to have an answer, So, the best way is to just get them in now. And I think in terms of onboarding, for I think people international, you really shouldn't have a hard time being able to get in. Figure that stuff out. That's part of your core due diligence, right? For people in the U.S., buying through, you know, there's services like Juno, there's Robinhood, there's Cash App. Those are the services where that you can on ramp from fiat. As long as you have a decent bank, you can on ramp to fiat. You want to try to use wire options where possible, but in most of those scenarios, or wire options or ACH. But most of those things should settle in T+3 maximum. But if you have things like an established Cash App, where you can buy Bitcoin, you buy your Bitcoin, and then you once you get your Bitcoin, you use Change Now to bridge over from Bitcoin to BSC, to BNB chain, BEP20, and then you're off to the races. And then once you have your BNB, you can buy your BSD, you can buy your Elephant, all directly within the ecosystem. And the other thing is, like, don't bash your head trying to bridge BUSD. That's not a thing anymore, really. So, I mean, you can still do it. You can still do it, Change Now even. But what you want to be doing is bridging. Always just bridge from like USDC to BNB, ETH to BNB, and then just use Pancake Swap to get what you need. And when you're off when you're going to an on ramp, same thing. Convert to BNB or convert to USDC, and then use the bridges. Learn how to use DeFi bridges. There's Jumper Exchange. I use Hyphen at Biconomy. Those are the ones that I use. All right. Best of luck.